welcome to a side-by-side cooking broadcast with Aidan Leeds from UK. How are you doing today, Aidan?
I'm really well, Anne. It's really nice to speak to you and cook with you.
Nice to see you. I'm fine, thank you. Thank you for joining me again. Next week we'll see if we can make it on your
You're
broadcast.
very welcome. Well, after we had those carrot muffins, they were really nice.
Yeah, they were really nice. And today we're making carrot biscuits, or cookies rather. Anyway, I'm just going to move my camera down a bit so you can see what I'm doing, as well as you can see what... Hello, Bill. Hello to New York from Denmark. All right, so let's see how it goes. Wrong way. Can you see anything from that angle?
Yeah, that's perfect, Annie.
That's good. Excellent. So, as I said, we're making healthy carrot cake breakfast cookies. That's a long name for cookies, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah. So, what we're going to do first is we're going to take 1 cup of oats and pour in. Hello, Kathy. Welcome.
Okay.
So 1 cup of it says quick cooking oats. I'm just using oats. And then 1 cup of white whole wheat flour.
Okay. Now I couldn't get white flour, so what I'm using is just normal plain flour.
That's fine.
But obviously, you have to. Yeah, that's fine to use as well. Okay.
Yeah.
So that goes in as well. Yeah.
Oh, hello, Dean.
This is where something goes wrong, and then you can't get it back out. Okay. Yeah. So oats and flour.
Yeah, I'm happy you're here, Bill. Thank you for joining. Thank you, Dean, for joining as well, and you, Kathy. Yeah. Then we got the oats and the flour. Then we're gonna have 1 teaspoon of baking powder.
1 teaspoon of baking powder. Okay. Let me get a spoon. Okay. Yeah, so 1 teaspoon of baking powder.
1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon.
Okay.
How come we always end up baking cookies or muffins when we do side by side, Aidan?
I know, I was just thinking that. I was thinking of all the things we've made so far. It's all been sweet stuff. Well, healthy sweet stuff and healthy desserts. But I was thinking maybe we should try something different next time. But hopefully next week as well. Well, we're going to try doing shortbread, aren't we? But
yeah, unless you change your mind. Yeah,
it's kind of a little bit different.
We made scones as well, didn't we?
Mhm. You really liked the scones, didn't you?
I did. They were really amazing.
Have you made them again since? I'm going to make them again
soon.
Yeah, they're such a great recipe to make. They're quick and it's things that you might have in your kitchen already, so you can easily just make them. And they're quite filling as well. And so you don't need to add as much sugar to the scones, but so you can have them sweet or take out the sugar and just put jam on them.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so I've added the cinnamon.
I put lemon curd on my ones. You get oats for free. Ooh, well, you have to make these cookies then, Bill. So, and 1/4 teaspoon of ground ginger.
Okay.
Roughly.
Now, even though I could get ginger at the supermarket, I've actually got some ginger puree, but I'm not going to add a lot into this because usually when you add it to.
Yeah, true.
Just a very small amount, because otherwise it'll be too. Get that such a strong flavour. So a little bit of ginger in there as well. Okay.
Then 1/2 teaspoon of fine sea salt or just salt.
Okay.
And I've only just recently figured out
I'm going to unscrew the salt.
1/4 teaspoon. I didn't see it had measurements on it.
Did you say 1/2 teaspoon now?
Of salt. 1/2 teaspoon of fine sea salt, yes. And 1/4 teaspoon of It says, hello, Katie. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Thank you for joining.
Okay.
And
yeah,
then you
salt
just,
added.
Yeah, and just mix it, blend it in together.
Mix it all together.
Make sure the cinnamon gets in with all the rest of it.
Could I, instead of using the plain flour or the wheat flour with the baking powder, just use self-raising flour? Or would that make this slightly different?
You probably could, because remember I didn't have self-raising flour for the scones.
Yeah.
The scones I used baking powder.
I did wonder. So if you've got self-raising flour, just use self-raising flour. But if not, use plain flour and baking powder.
Yeah.
This sort of reminds me of when I used to, it was a long time ago, but have you ever made muesli before? When you add all the oats and the raisins and everything in.
I haven't.
I love muesli. It was a long time ago since I made it. So I've mix all that in.
Yeah, okay. Have you mixed everything in?
Yeah, all mixed in. Just get a bowl of flour at the bottom.
Yeah, okay. All right. I'm just checking the recipe. I'm like you. I've not made these ones before, so.
This is the first time for you
now we're
as
gonna
well,
add the carrots. Now we're gonna add the carrots. The carrots is 1.5 cups.
So it's all the carrots.
Pardon?
Yeah.
1.5 cup of peeled and grated carrots. I feel like I'm one of these presenters on a TV cooking show. Telling everyone what they have to put in and what the measurements are.
There'll be a TV channel waiting for you, Anne, at some point.
We will see.
There we go.
Maybe that's my new career. My evening job, maybe. And then 1 cup of roughly chopped pecans or walnuts. I've got hazelnuts, walnuts, and almonds. And some of my nuts are not even, these are really roughly cut. And then we've got some that's like powder. But that's just how my chopping thing made it. Add that as well.
Okay, I've got some crushed cashew nuts and crushed almonds. So we add all that in. And then do we mix all this together now, or do we
mix
raisins.
All this in? Have you got raisins? 1/4 cup of raisins.
I have raisins, yeah.
Yeah, you add that as well now. I chopped mine up just slightly, my raisins.
I love how a lot of your food, so like the recipes that you've chosen, have a lot of fruit in and nuts and cinnamon, and it's very. It sort of feels like Christmas, if you know what I mean. It's very Christmas flavors.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to find these healthy recipes because you told me you're on Weight Watchers.
Yeah. So I've got about half a stone to lose, which I'm nearly there. I'm really, really close.
You're getting there.
It's weighing day tomorrow for me, so so we mix all this in. So
yeah, you mix it.
So there'll be butter that I'm probably gonna add points, but.
Pardon? How much?
The butter that I've got, I'm going to be adding. We'll probably add the points. So we mix all this in, don't we? Yeah.
Yeah. 1 cup of nuts, Bill. 1 cup of roughly chopped raw pecans or walnuts, or you can just mix any nuts, whatever you have in your cupboards. That's what I always do. I think buying nuts is really expensive. It is here anyway. I don't know how it is in other countries, but nuts are really expensive in Denmark. So I always buy them when they are on offer.
We sort of have like the salted peanuts and cashew nuts, and they're not too bad. Okay. But things like Brazil nuts, they can be quite expensive. But you can pick them up in like your local markets, places and things where they usually sell them a lot cheaper, but where you can buy them in, but they're not too expensive. They're reasonable.
Do you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just had an issue with the laptop. Bill, did you hear how much nuts? Maybe switch. Can you type to Bill? It's 1 cup of nuts. Okay.
Okay, darling.
I was trying to think how many I used before.
1 cup of what?
Nuts.
1
Roughly chopped.
of nuts.
I'm just gonna put this aside, and then in here I have half a cup of melted coconut oil.
Okay. I think this is mixed well. It's just the carrots are quite, because the carrots are quite wet. It's sticking to the flour, so I guess you really have to mix it in, lift it up from the bottom.
This is what my mixture looks like at the moment. But yours could maybe be a little bit more sticky because you put the ginger puree in.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much, Katie, for the hearts.
It's coming together though.
Genius, creative genius. Thank you. I'll give you a heart back instead. There you go. Thank you.
What do we think? Is it all right?
Melted coconut oil, and you using margarine. Have you melted your margarine?
I have, yes.
Excellent.
I've just kind of left it to. Can you see that? Look how fine that is.
That's good.
So do we add all this in, don't we? Let me just grab the rest of this underneath because it's.
Well done, Dean, for losing 25 stones. That's quite awesome. Yeah. Are you using maple syrup or honey? Because I'm using honey.
Honey.
You're using honey.
Do we add the honey to the?
You add the honey to the margarine or coconut oil. Okay. And it's half a cup of honey as well.
Right, I'll probably have to use all this. So how many teaspoons do you think that would be about?
Well,
about 10?
This is quarter of a cup of honey, and I'm going to use 2 of these. Okay. It's quite the same amount as you have syrup, margarine. Sorry.
Okay. I'll have to use the whole lot, because I won't have enough. As long as it's just used to stick it together, isn't it? I think. Yeah,
and probably also to sweeten it, because we don't have any sugar in apart from the raisins that's got sugar in them.
Do we mix all this in? Yes, yeah.
Then you just mix it, yeah.
I'm not going to get any more honey out of that, so that's going to be enough for me. Okay.
Sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
I was just saying I've run out of honey. There was enough honey there for this recipe. I've just mixed all that into the margarine, the melted margarine.
Okay, yeah.
So.
I'm just going to see if I can whisk it in or blend it in. My honey is quite stiff. I should probably take it out.
I'm just going to mix my carrots a bit more.
See, this is why it's a good thing to try the recipes out first before you go live with them, so you know how the honey's going to interact with the coconut oil.
Did you see my crumpets this morning?
I did. I just checked really. I mean, I couldn't stay long because I was at work. So I just.
Do you want to see how they turned out?
I saw you showed.
That's the crumpets that I made earlier. So they just need to go in the toaster and warm up.
Oh, is that right, Bill?
So they're not bad for a first time. For the first time making them, that's not too bad. There we go.
I thought you made crumpets before.
Anyway.
You can use olive oil, but I think.
No, that was the first. First ever time. Thank
you, Dean, for the appreciate your award. I was answering Belle in the comments. I think the reason why they are saying coconut oil because it has to be non-flavored. So maybe use what's it called? canola oil. Is that what it's called? I have no idea how I'm going to mix this in, to be honest. I think I'm just going to put it in the microwave and melt the honey a little bit as well. Otherwise, I'm never going to get this whisked in.
Okay.
I think maybe maple syrup is easier to whisk in with the...
What I did,
Yeah.
I took some hot water and I just put the glass bowl over the hot water, you know, the boiling water,
okay.
and it just melted in the bowl. So then I didn't have to switch on the cooker. So if you ever melting chocolate, just put the chocolate in the glass bowl over some hot boiling water, and it'll just naturally, you know, liquefy.
Yeah.
So a little tip. I'm sure you've done that many times anyway before, but
this is just the way. This is
just works with
honey.
the butter as well.
This is proper.
I don't know if it works
this
well
is
with
flower honey,
coconut.
Bill, and it's from the bees that's around the neighborhood to come and get it, and it's always so thick for some reason, but it's very nice. It's got really nice flavor. I'm just gonna stick it in the microwave a little bit.
You're probably all thinking that I'm working this well. It's just because of all the flour. It's kind of stuck at the bottom.
Do you have thick
It's
honey
fine
like
though. It's
this,
all right.
Megan?
It's all mixed. I'll show you mine. There's mine. There's mine.
It's going well though. It's looking really good. Well done.
I think maybe I should use maple syrup.
It's quite a tough mixture though, isn't it? The carrots and the flour and the nuts and the raisins.
Yeah.
It's not obviously until we had all the ingredients, the wet ingredients.
Now we're getting somewhere. Just 30 seconds in the microwave and we're back at it.
Is it melted?
Yeah. Not. I'm just gonna blend it in well with the coconut oil.
Okay, I think I'm done now with that. So I'm ready to add in the butter. Sorry, the margarine and the honey.
Hey, hello, Walt from Ireland. Welcome, my friend. How are you?
Hello, Walt.
I'm just reading some of the comments as well. Belle says, your correct double boiler is the way to go. Your correct double boiler. Hi, Walt. How are you doing? Okay, I'm not going to touch the camera too much because I don't want connection to go off. Okay. So, Anne, whenever you're ready.
Yeah, I'm just nearly done with the mixing
the honey
of
and
this.
the butter.
I always think when I've got this little of like a fluid thing that's going in with flour and something else that it's not going to be enough. But we'll see if it is going to be enough here. Sorry, what were you saying?
It's like them carrot muffins.
You can't hear me.
You know, the carrot muffins we made? They were really nice. I probably would have added. Do you remember when I mentioned about they were quite they were quite not dry, but it would have been they were really gooey in the middle, which was nice. So to take out some of the juice from it, but they were really nice. I mean, I'll be making them probably again next week.
They are.
I do like the muffins.
Those cookies that I made on Monday was really nice as well. So, Walt wants some cookies sent over. Okay, I'll send you some. No problem. So the honey and the coconut oil goes into the raisins, carrots, wheat, and nuts. What else we have in here?
Yeah. Okay. Okay, and then we stir all this in. Oh, it's much better now with the margarine.
The recipe says that the dough might be rather wet, but don't worry. I'm not. Well, maybe it will be. Is your dough quite wet looking? Hello, Roger.
Yeah, it's quite wet. It's much better than it was before we added the margarine in. Well, before we added the coconut oil in and the honey. It's a very good colour though. I like the colour of it.
Hello, Roger. How are you doing?
So,
Darling, if you want to play something while we're not saying anything, we're busy mixing this in, just go ahead.
I don't want to interrupt you
play the
guys
song
because, you know,
quickly.
like, people are, I don't want to interrupt you guys when you're saying the recipes, because people are like trying to take notes, I think, also. So that's why when you guys are not talking and stuff, then obviously then I'll play. But yeah, thank you.
Oh, thank you, Molly, for the yummy plate. Thank you. We appreciate it. Roger, we are making carrot cake breakfast cookies. Healthy carrot cake breakfast cookies is what the recipe says.
So how long should we mix this for, Anne? A good few
just
minutes
so
until it's...
you have to mix it so everything is combined.
Okay.
And once it's combined, you just get your baking tray out.
Yeah.
And then it says drop 1/4 cup scoops of dough.
Right, okay.
You can use maple syrup, Molly. You can use maple syrup.
Yeah, I think that's looking good. What do you think?
Have you got an ice
What do we
cream
think, Anne? Is
scoop
that...
or something?
Yes.
You can
It's
use that.
It's really small. Can you? That's my ice cream scoop. It's quite small though. So do we need a few of those? A few scoops?
See it again, please. I think the same as mine, isn't it? This is what mine looks like. Thank you, Roger, for the high five. High five.
Yeah, I think we've got the same one, just a different colour.
Yeah, I'm just going to use this. And then you can, if you want them a bit bigger, you can just add a little more of the dough to it.
Right, okay.
Just going to move some of these things out of the way before I knock them over.
How many will these make, do you think?
I don't actually know, because it says scale 1, 2, and 3. So I think, let me just, maybe 20. Maybe, and you have to leave them with several inches of space around each one, and then once you put them on the
right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move the mixture to one side, and I'm going to put the baking tray on there. You'll be able to see me add them on.
Yeah, then once you put them on the baking tray, you have to flatten them a little bit, so they're about 3/4 of an inch thick.
Okay. Do you want to do the first one so I know how big to make them?
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do like this. Just slightly more than what is like with a top one. A heap.
Okay. Yep.
And then I'm just gonna use a teaspoon to get them out with because I don't have one of those fancy ice cream scoops with a wire you can click on.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to push mine. I'm gonna have to drop mine out as well. I don't have the thumb thing either.
But I'm flattened to about 3/4 of an inch. I have no idea how much a 3/4 of an inch is in centimeters. So I'm just gonna make it like this. This is what mine is gonna look like.
And can you lift the your tray up to the camera so I can just see how big they are? just the first one.
Is it?
Okay. I think right. Okay, I'll do mine and then I'll show you mine. Let me know if I need to make them bigger.
Let me just
And then
go to
what we're doing is it's just one, isn't it? One scoop, and then squash them down.
Yeah, just flatten them so they're about 3/4 of an inch thick.
That's about, is that like 2 centimeters? I think that's about 2 centimeters. 2.5, isn't it, per inch? I think that's right. Maybe I'm wrong, but what do we think? Is it that actually might be too big? Can you all see that?
Are you asking it's too big? No, I think it looks fine. I think it's alright, Aiden.
Is that okay? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
And what about the depth? Did you say they need to be 2 centimeters thick, or about 1 centimeter thick?
Well, they say 3/4 of an inch,
Right. Oh, okay.
and I don't know what that is in centimeters. But I don't think they're gonna be that huge. To be honest, I'm just gonna put them.
I don't think I'm going to get 20 on here.
Well, just make for whenever how many you think you're gonna get.
Okay. I think I might make about 6.
It doesn't really say
Maybe.
how many. No, you should be able to get more than 6, I would think. If you can only get 6, you're making yours really big.
I'm not the best at doing cookies.
Well, that's a good thing about cookies. They don't have to be the same shape or look identical either.
Okay. As long as they're edible.
Exactly. Oh, sorry, I'm missing comments there.
So I use the scoop again. I do like the idea of using the ice cream scoop though, because it does give you that proportion, doesn't it?
Okay, thank you, Bill, for that. That's a good thumbnail. Well, I think they should be alright then.
I think my first ones are quite big, so.
Are you making them too much of a heat level?
Yeah, my first 3 are quite big. Can you see that? That's the ones underneath. They're a little bit smaller. So, when I think of cookies, I think of
Thank you,
quite
Kathy, for the
big
super
cookies.
heart. Thank you. Do you appreciate it? You're so kind, everyone. Oh, I was gonna see the show live and see if I can see what you. I think they look alright, Aiden.
I'm trying to think of trying to do the different sizes. So maybe the larger ones maybe for like breakfast, while the smaller ones will go with like a nice cup of tea or something, or
Yeah.
some,
Good
when
idea.
you're having a drink and you can put.
That's a good idea. Well, I'm using unbleached unbleached baking paper. So if you have a proper silicone baking sheet, you can by all means use that as well.
I might put another batch on actually. I might be able to do a few more smaller ones.
Katie, I'm looking forward to your cookies next week. I'm thinking, Katie, if you don't mind, maybe post an upcoming broadcast so I can set my alarm if you're going to go live when I'm sleeping.
Sorry, Anne, can you repeat that for me?
No, I was just saying to Katie, because she's doing some chocolate cookies next week. And she's in America, so she might be doing them when I'm sleeping, but I'll set my alarm so I can get up and watch her.
I'll be able to get a few more on here.
Aiden, when you want to cast your streams to Twitch, what category have you put your Twitch in? So they go out to the right viewers?
I went on to Twitch and I changed it to food and drink. I think there was like a category food and drink.
I think that's the one I've chose as well.
But there seems to be a lot of trolls or coming through on Twitch. Like somebody came in the other day and said you'd want $2,000 or something, and I was like, I don't think I have won $2,000.
Well, just send them to me, and I'll be happy. There's always a catch when someone says you want £2,000 or whatever it is. You've got that's good. Well, you've got silicone. Yeah, you can use that.
How are you doing with yours, Anne? Let me just.
I'm nearly there, and I think I'm going to be able to fit everyone on the.
They look good.
On the tray.
You've got about. I reckon you'll get about 16 there.
Yeah, I think I got enough for maybe two little ones left, maybe.
Might be able to move these down and make another one on here.
Just going to make 2 smaller ones. So I think what is going to be too big for one.
I'm surprised by how many you can actually make with the recipe.
Yeah, you said about 6.
I didn't think we'd get so many.
You said you would get about 6. I thought you're making yourself quite big.
Yeah, they'd be huge, wouldn't
they? The banana cookies I made Monday. I've eaten them for breakfast the last few days because they taste like porridge with banana and raisins in. And
if you make, what would you do differently with the recipe then? Not just with yours on Monday, but what would you do differently with these? Do you think?
With these ones, well, instead of the ones we're making now, you're saying.
Yeah, with any the one, like with the carrot muffins, what would you make it? How would you make them different?
Well, I'm thinking that instead of the carrots, you could use squash/zucchini, and you can change the raisins to cranberries. Thank you, Katie.
That cranberries sound nice.
Yeah, so you can take half and half carrot and half zucchini.
I think that's quite.
What else will I change? I think maybe I'll try with the maple syrup next time because it's easier to blend in with the coconut oil.
Yeah. Okay.
But as Bill said, with the coconut oil, it's high in calories and cholesterol. So maybe I'll use the canola. I don't know what you call it in maybe sunflower oil because that's not got any taste to it. I think it has to be unflavored.
So I've done about 12, Anne. That sounds good though. I've done about 12.
I've got 16, as you said. I wasn't far off with the 20 then, was I? So this is what they look like.
No, you were spot on there. I'm actually going to do some more though. So before those go in the oven, I'm going to get another batch ready.
Oh, hello, Alexis.
Hi, Alexis. You okay?
Didn't see you come in there.
How are your waffles this morning?
So I'm just going to put these in the oven for about 15. I'm just going to put in for 15 minutes to start with.
About 15. What temperature? About maybe 180 or something.
Maybe do 12. I'm going to maybe do 12 just.
So these going on a middle shelf. Is it a middle shelf?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're talking 5, 10, about 25 to the hour. About 25 to the hour.
Oh, hello, Wayne. I didn't see you there either. So many people I haven't seen come in. Sorry if I missed anyone. I do apologize. I'm just tidying up a little bit in the kitchen now. Aiden, do you feel like you've got lots of things to tidy up after your broadcasts?
Sometimes I do. Sometimes, not all the time. I try to tidy up as I go along, but when everything just piles up and then you're having to tidy it can be a bit annoying. But you know it's worth it when you eat the food.
That's true.
You know it's worth it. And by the time you've finished like tidying up, the food's done for you. So you sort of see it as a treat. I think I'm going to make 4 out of this. Yeah. So I've got about 16, exactly the same, man.
Oh, excellent. That's good. I'm just going to try and see yours.
So
I
these are
missed
the
your
extra
waffles
ones.
this morning, Alexis. Can you fit them all onto the same tray, or do you have to use 2 trays?
2 trays, 2 trays.
Okay, your oven must be smaller than mine.
Because I made some of the first ones I made were quite big ones.
Okay.
So I had to move them across the tray, and then I sort of added the extra 2.
All right.
I just like different size, different sizes. The large ones and the small
Mine's
ones
are not the same.
for different times of the day.
Mine is not the same size either, so but doesn't matter. As you said, as long as they're edible, it'll be all right.
Definitely. Okay, I think I'm going to pop those in now. Here we go. So extra 4 going in. I'm going to put them on the oven.
What are you cooking for tonight's dinner, Eden?
I will be cooking tonight as well. Yeah, I'm doing a Thai basil pork tonight.
Okay.
So it's beef mince with. I could just grab the recipe. That'll be a second.
I'm making pasta with salmon in a creamy sauce and spinach. I've made it before. It's so easy.
Ooh.
And I thought we'd.
Can you send some over, please?
Yeah, and I thought we're coming on here at this time. I need to make something really easy because I know someone's going to be hungry soon.
Do you have one of these, Anne? Do you have one of these, a pestle and mortar, to crush your nuts up and things?
A mortar, you said? No, I haven't. I used to have one, but the one that I had was like, the Jamie Oliver one that he made that you did put things in.
Yeah.
And then you put the lid on. Yeah, I didn't think it worked very well.
Swiftbeats, if you want to play some tunes, are you still there?
Thank you.
Are we washing up now, Eden? Is that what you're
Yeah, it's going to wash up. So I'm just going to run in the tap and then it's over to you.
This is the scenes behind a cooking broadcast, isn't it?
if you mute your mics, yeah, so that's when you're not, not using it, and then when you unmute yourself when you're ready to talk, and then I'll just stop playing. Yeah.
Do you want me to? I can press the mute button now if you want me to. I'm going to press the mute button, and then if Swiftbeats wants to play music.
Yep, that's fine. And then you can unmute yourselves if you guys want to talk. But don't worry about interrupting me. This is your, Anne's broadcast, and you're doing your thing. So cool.
Eden.
Aiden, you can unmute your mic.
I have done. Oh, Eden.
I can hear you. Yep.
Yeah. Did you put a time on your cookies?
I've got about another 5 minutes.
Okay.
I don't have a timer. I tend to use my clock
You just
to go off the times.
How does your cookie look?
That was really good, Swiftbeats, by the way. It reminded me of the sort of music when you're on a phone call.
Thank you.
You're waiting to get through to somebody. It's good. It's really
Thank
good.
you. Thank you. I really appreciate
You
it.
can sell your music through the call centres where they, when they ring through, they put you on hold, don't they? And then that's the music you should be listening to. It's very relaxing.
Yep.
Yeah. If you want to listen to more music or collabs, you have to subscribe to Swiftbeats as well. And if you want more cooking, subscribe to Aiden because he's doing a lot of cooking broadcasts.
Thank you, darling.
Thanks, Sam. Thank you.
And Strippy's does collabs with a lot of other musicians and Haps. And they don't all.
Yep.
I mean, you don't have to be a musician to do collab with Strippy's. You can just have an iPad, right, Katie? With your...
Or you could have your pans and pots, so we can get Aiden to like get some pans and pot sounds, and then I can just record that in and get his voice on there or something. I don't know, and then remix that.
I'm up for that.
Yeah,
I loved it
let's do
yesterday
that.
when I came on and you said, hey, when you were singing Aiden from Leeds. It was really good. Even at the moment, when I came in, it was really good.
Thank you. That's the main thing. Just having that vibe, right, and just trying to capture it. But, yeah.
Exactly.
Katie says, beautiful Strippy.
Aiden, what? Thank you, Aiden. What tip would you give to someone that's starting off, like not confident about or comfortable or about cooking and stuff, and they're just like, I wouldn't say they're like beginner, like noob or something, but they are able to do it, but then they're a bit like they need that kind of push. So, what advice would you give them to for something like
I'd just
Haps?
say go for it. If there's something you really want to do, and it'll naturally come to you anyway. If you're going to be cooking anyway, just go for it. Just press the live button, and your first couple of videos will probably be the worst videos anyway. But who cares? People are not judging you. They're there if there's a reason why they're watching you. So just go for it. That's what I would say. You don't have to even be on screen. You can just have the camera on. In the area where you're cooking, just show your hands. But you don't have to show your face on screen if you don't want to. But just go for it. There's a lot of nice people, but there's obviously a lot of not nasty people. But
Yeah.
don't let that put you off doing something you enjoy doing. That's what I would say. So just go for it. Definitely, just go for it.
How did you feel, Aiden, for your very first
bring it down a bit
broadcast
further
on
so I get
Haps?
connection again. My first, hopefully you can still hear me, but my first broadcast on Haps was actually doing pastry. Do you remember I did the pastry, but I didn't have the tripod or anything, and I had the worst connection ever. Obviously, luckily coming from Periscope anyway, where I've kind of had time to get used to live streaming anyway. But it was just obviously new. I think it's just knowing that new people are coming on the app, and you don't know who's going to come in your video. But you get used to it. It was the worst video ever because I didn't have the best connection anyway. So if problems happen, you kind of just get around it. It's not always going to happen. You try and figure out.
You have to laugh it off as well.
Exactly, yeah. I would say you have to have a thick skin if you're streaming, because there are people who come on who they're just jealous. That's all, which we all know about from Periscope. But luckily, Haps is a bit more. They if there's somebody on here that's not as nice, then they'll you can report people, and hopefully then they won't have access to Haps. So
the
fingers
Haps
crossed. But
community is just an amazing community because everyone joins everyone. Support everyone. You come in for a few bits, say hello, say goodbyes, and then they're off to the next one, which is what I really like about Haps. And you don't get as many trolls either. Yeah.
Another thing I'd say is just don't give up. Don't give up. If there's ever a time where you think, oh, you know what I'm doing, is it worth doing?
No,
if you enjoy doing it, there's other people that are going to enjoy watching you do it, and cooking, and everyone's learning new things every day. So, you just don't give up. You got to keep going. If you enjoy doing something, you just carry on doing it. Don't let other people judge you. That's what I would say. I'm sure.
I think that's a nice. I think it's important.
Yeah, carry on.
I think it's important that people understand that, who are like not so confident and just worried about like what will people think and stuff and judge. Look, I started off making music, and you know, at the time you're thinking, oh my god, like what are people gonna think when I'm making music? Like other people's music is way better and this and that. You just have to just break that ice and just go with the flow. Just start. As soon as you start,
Exactly. Yeah.
you won't worry about, you won't care about, oh, this and that, because it's something that you're excited to do, you know? Just do it.
And you meet so many different people as well on live streaming. Some nice people, some maybe some not so nice people, depending on who you meet. But you know, it's a learning curve. It's like another step forward in your life. You just got to keep doing what you enjoy, you know. But obviously, be cautious at the same time, you know. But you'll never move forward with anything if you don't take that chance and do something you want to do. That's what I'd say.
Yeah.
I'm
Take
going
that
to
risk.
take out these cookies now, guys. The ones underneath.
I've just been here a few more minutes. I was really nervous when I first broadcast on Haps, because as you say, you don't know who's going to be watching, who's tuning in, because you can't see when someone joins. But now, yeah, I make mistakes and I do say silly things, but that's just how I am. And
I might need to leave these in longer, Anne. I've just taken them out. Some of them are okay.
Okay, let me
They're
just
sort
check. Do they feel like they're cooked?
They feel like they've baked a little bit. I think because these ones are on the bottom shelf, I might just leave them in a bit longer. I'm going to leave them in just a little bit longer. I don't want them to burn, but I just felt like if I was going to lift them up and break them apart, they would be still quite soft. Sorry, Anne, yeah.
So there,
Yeah,
Katie,
give it a
you've
couple
got
more
nothing
minutes.
to worry about. We're going to be there to help you through it when you go live next week. Don't worry.
Yeah, Aiden.
Yeah, just be...
Yeah.
You're waiting for... Oh,
I was saying that if you help, if you just give that also that advice and support to encouragement to KD, because she's gonna obviously start broadcasting cooking broadcast
KD,
with
you're going to be amazing. She is. We embrace people's energy and power, you know. And you'll probably take us on. You'll be like streaming every single hour of every day, and then we'll be like, oh, I'm sick of KD live streaming all the time. So you'll be fine.
Perfect.
You'll be fine. And I'll be there straight away on your live stream. So
hey, that's the right attitude, KD. Be excited, be happy, be positive. And if something goes wrong, then just laugh it up. Like, I still remember that blunder I had with the blender remember that, Aiden, with the carrot muffins. You did well, and I was going nowhere because my blender didn't do what I wanted it to do. But I got there.
That was the day that I wasn't well that day. I ended up going to bed, and I was in bed for about 15 hours. I slept for about 15 hours. And then we did it the day after, but I did watch a little bit back of the video. So you did have issues with the blender. So things do happen though, don't they? But that's what makes people want to watch and tune in and see what happens live, to stop themselves making the same mistakes. But I think I've subscribed, KD. I think I'm subscribed to you. I'll double check. Yeah, I have subscribed. Yeah.
I think the only reason I got through that mishap with the blender was because of all the good advice I got from the viewers, because they said, oh, do this, do that, and I tried it, and I tried it, and it worked. So don't despair.
That's what I mean. There's so many great people on live streaming that can just guide you through. It could be something where you wouldn't think of doing, and they can give you that help and assistance, if something does go wrong. So there's lots of nice people on here, which is great. So we just need everybody watching on Periscope to come on to Haps now. So if you're watching on Periscope, come on to Haps, because at the end of the month, if you can't find us, come to Haps. As simple as that.
I find that Periscope is dead now anyway because I don't see anyone go live on Periscope.
I'm going to bring the camera down because I'm just going to bring out the cookies now. Yeah. Sorry, Anne. Carry on.
Yeah, I've taken mine out. I was just going to move them a little bit closer so everyone could see them.
Oh, they're much better now. They're much better. And the second batch as well. These 4 were on the top shelf. So these ones were on the top shelf. They look fine. They look really nice. And then these ones were on the bottom shelf, but I've just left them in a little bit longer.
Really nice as well. You see them.
Would you add some on the top? Maybe a little bit of sugar
I'm gonna
on the top.
I'm gonna full screen Anne's screen, and then I'm gonna full screen Aiden's. Just give me a second.
Oh, and they look good.
They do, don't they? They smell really nice as well. And then they say in the recipe.
What would you add on the top? Should we add some sugar on the top?
I wouldn't add anything on the top.
No. I suppose they're sweet enough with the honey in, aren't they?
Yeah, and the raisins as well.
And the raisins.
Okay,
yeah.
now I'm just gonna switch to Aiden's full screen. So Aiden, if you get your camera in the right.
Okay. I'll lift them up slightly so you can see.
Yeah, that's way better there.
Yours look really nice as well, Aiden.
Excellent.
So I've got the large ones and then made them into different sizes. So I've got the small ones, medium and large, and then I've got some extras here. So there's a few extra large ones to eat, but they do look really nice.
You both done an excellent job. Well done.
Right. Bill wants the recipe, so I'm just gonna repeat the recipe.
Okay.
Okay. So, do you want to write it down, Bill, or? Let me know when you're ready, and I'll tell you the recipe. You have to leave them on the tray for cool the cookies on the baking sheet on a cooling rack. Okay, I can do that.
I've not got a cooling rack, but I'm just going to leave them to cool down. So they look amazing. Should we break into one of them? Oh, should I wait till the cool down? If you want to break into them, this is what they look like inside.
Wait for them to cool down.
That's true, Wayne. It is. Okay, right. So the recipe is 1 cup of quick cooking oats. 1 cup white whole wheat flour or regular whole wheat flour. 1 teaspoon of baking powder. 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. 1 teaspoon of fine sea salt. Ja, men sig hvad der? Jo, hvad? Vi skal have laks og spinat. Og det går lige lidt tid nu. Quarter teaspoon of ground ginger. One and a half cups peeled grated carrots. 1 cup roughly chopped raw pecans or walnuts, or any kind of nuts that you like. 1/4 cup of golden raisins. half a cup honey or maple syrup, and half a cup of melted coconut oil, or you can use other oil but non-flavored. Vil du have et æble eller en banan, Matty? Vil du have et æble eller en banan? Jamen, det er ikke klar endnu. Det er ikke, nej. Det gør jeg lige om lidt. Vil du have et æble eller en banan? Did you get that, Phil? Have you tried them, Maiden?
Not yet, no. Can we try one?
I was thinking that. They might be, I'm just going to try this little one.
Should we try one now?
Go for it.
Okay, let's look at them. I've put all mine on a plate. And Swift Pete's, anything will do. Anything. I don't mind. you go for it and see what, and I'll let you know. I'm sure it'll be fine. Let's have a little taste.
They're nice.
Oh, wow.
I like them.
Oh, these are good. They're a bit warm still, but...
Thank you, Bannerman. Thank you for tuning in.
They're really good.
Welcome,
You've excelled yourself again, Anne.
Thank you for the awards, everyone. Oh, wow. These are really nice.
They're absolutely delicious.
They look it. Well done. Good job.
Thank you.
It's nice with the flavour of the nuts, with the almonds and the raisins and the honey and the oats. They're really good.
Can I just take this moment to say, guys and girls, everyone that's watching this, the viewers, it's fine. Don't be sorry. I'm just trying to promote you guys here. If you like this, what you see,
off, guys, because I'm gonna start making my food for later.
That's fine.
Thanks, Sam. Thank you so much. See you
Thank you for joining. Let's do it again next week on your broadcast. Hello, Des.
Hello, Des.
Belle, I think you can use zucchini because if you take all the seeds out, or you have the small ones, they're just like carrots. So I think you can use zucchini. Or maybe not use as much as the carrots.
If you like what you see in this broadcast and you see all this content that you're seeing right now, please make sure you subscribe to Aiden and Anne. Subscribe to them, sponsor them, okay, and send them awards because they make amazing, great content. That's what I want to let you guys know. And take it away.
I was just reading the messages. Thank you so much for the awards, Bannerman. I do appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. I'm just making a little snack bowl for my son because he's hungry and he's asking when is dinner ready. So I'm just going to get him a banana and an apple to maybe make him less hungry until I get
Bannerman, are you still there?
I will be back. Just give me a minute.
Hello, Kathy. Hello, Charles. Bannerman, I'm just going to quickly show you the logo I've made for you. I've made a new one. I redid it. darling, can I just show them? Can I just show Bannerman the logo?
Of course.
Okay. Hello, everyone. All right, so this is a logo I made for Bannerman. It's still rendering, as you can see, but that's what I've made. Can you see it? It's a microphone, and it just says Bannerman on it.
I see it.
So yeah.
Thank you, Aidan, for being here. Hello, Rob. How are you all doing? I'm sorry I missed.
Thank you, darling. Hello, Rob.
Gail, if you're still here, I'm going to try out with the zucchini and cranberries as well one day. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you. I'm thinking it's one about your logo for Bannerman, by the way.
I think so. I'm not sure. But everyone, if you thought Anne's broadcast was awesome, amazing, delicious, tasty, and there was great content, make sure you support it. And because it's very important to support these great broadcasters. I mean, you know, like it takes time and effort, and you know, like it's just amazing and so much preparation and stuff. And you know, like I just want you guys to really appreciate Anne and you know Aiden and stuff. So yeah, please subscribe to them, sponsor them, yeah, share it out. Like,
thank you, sweetheart.
You're welcome, darling.
I'm just going to continue. I mean, I could end this broadcast. Yes, only have one, Charles. Thank you for the One Love Award, Kathy. Thank you so much.
Yes, Bannerman. Yes, I agree with Bannerman. Yep, you're not only that, but you when you support the broadcasters, it also helps Haps big time.
Sorry, Charles. Yep. Right, I'm just gonna carry on into my dinner, if that's all right with you. But if you want to leave, that's fine as well. If you've got other things to do. When is your meeting again? It's in an hour or so, isn't it? Swift Beats. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's at 6:30. Can you hear me? 6:30, I think.
Your time. Right, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, got it. Mm-hmm. That's fine, Charles. I mean, I'm just happy when someone watches my broadcast, to be honest. So I'm not doing it for nothing. So, and the interaction. So I'm happy you're here.
Trust me, it really means a lot you subscribing to my darling over here. She does really amazing foods, and it's an inspiration. It helps people that I don't even know how to cook. Also, it's knowledgeable. It's a great thing, these broadcasts and this content. So support it. Trust me, it's very good.
Bannerman, you've been missing out there.
Oh, we got some connection issue there. But yeah, guys, just do your thing. Please support my darling Anne. She's amazing, and you guys can obviously see the the broadcast for yourself and judge it yourself. And same with Aiden, he's amazing. He makes some amazing foods as well. So please support great broadcasters. Well done. Welcome back, darling.
I got kicked out.
You're still having a little bit of a connection issue, and you flip the camera. There we go. That's better now.
There we go. I think maybe.
Yep, it's fine now.
I was busy talking, and then so I just looked up and I saw nothing apart from me being kicked out of again. But that's what happens. I'm used to it by now. I don't panic anymore.
That's what happening.
Exactly. You're absolutely right, Bannerman. And it can only work if everyone support each other and join each other broadcast and have a good laugh and have fun. And I mean, just watch what everyone is doing.
It's actually motivating when you have like loads of people that you know and you support one another, and it just makes you really want to join into people's broadcasts. Makes you look forward to people's broadcasts and support one another. Even doing your own broadcast as well, because you know that there's a whole community of people that really look forward to watching the person's broadcast. So yeah, it's vital to have this kind of great community. I mean, if you go with other social medias, you know, there's just you individually who's just there and just tagging along onto a app or something, but then eventually it just demotivates you.
True. I was going to say something, but I forgot what it was now. Oh yeah, what I was going to say was that for me, when someone in America posts a upcoming broadcast, and if something I really want to watch, I quite often set my alarm. Not quite often, but sometimes I set my alarm so I can get up and be ready to watch it. Because you Americans are on a whole different time zone than us Europeans. Hey, Paul. I haven't tried Twitter Live yet, I have to admit. But I mean, Haps is such a great community. You get so many good people on Haps. I'm not saying you don't get good people on Twitter.
Dave, what's the knife?
Sorry?
Careful with the knife, darling.
Yeah, I know I am careful. It's looking. Do you think I'm going a bit too fast for you? I haven't cut my fingers yet.
No.
I am being very careful, Rob. All right, Bannerman, take care of yourself. Have a good nap.
Take care.
Love to you as well, Bannerman. See you around. If you haven't subscribed to Bannerman yet either, I would suggest you do that, as well as everyone else here in this room. Bannerman is getting happy with it, yes. I forgot what Aiden said he was going to make for dinner. Can you remember?
Aiden's in the chat as we speak.
Oh, is he? I thought he'd gone. Sorry. more than welcome, Rob. Anytime. Thank you for joining. Are you just playing something on the fly? You're not doing any. You just like.
I'm gonna play the pre-recorded tune in a minute. I'm just gonna get my some fruit from the kitchen and then start playing in a minute. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I never know how to skin a piece of salmon, so I'm probably doing this wrong. But let's see how it goes. Sorry of being a bit quiet. I'm just concentrating on this piece of fish. So who's still here? If you could just put a emoji or something, or one if you're still around, so I know who I'm talking to. Instead of just talking to myself. The salmon ain't complete. The salmon ain't. I know that's true. That's true, Charles. I always think that. I think once you get just a little bit off, then it's going smoothly. As soon as you get a hold of the skin. Because then you can sort of just pull it off. It's because I'm mixing the whole salmon with the onions and spinach and some cream and pasta. That's why I'm skinning it.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you. And darling, I've made the videos, by the way.
Okay.
You want me to upload it on here?
The video. Well, don't you want to speak with Pablo first? Is that not necessary? Guess it isn't.
I don't think it is like necessary to like.
Well, you can do then.
Okay.
Well, this piece of salmon is still swimming around on the chopping board here.
Just give me a moment.
Oh, thank you, Kitty, for being here. It's nice to know who I'm talking to be honest. And I know there's a lot of people who just like to watch, and that's perfectly fine as well. Don't get me wrong. Just cutting the salmon in big chunks. Hello, Dylan. From Manchester. Welcome.
I'm just loading it up on the computer.
Okay. Thank you, Dylan. onion and the garlic is just slightly, not brown, but just slightly cooked. So I'm just going to add the salmon to the pan as well. Oh, you thought, no, there are onions and garlic. Sorry, what are you saying? I'll let you guess for even if it's. Oh, I'll check it. I'll check your house cast out. Charles. Just turn the heat up a little bit because I turned it down for the because I'm getting a bit too low. Is what I'm saying. Now I'm just gonna boil some water for the pasta. I do bake pies, yes. Hello, John. I do bake pies as well. I made not long ago. I made a apple and blueberry pie. I think it was. Thank you for subscribing, Dylan. Appreciate that. So once the salmon is cooked, I'm going to add the spinach, and it's already rinsed and ready to use. Which is awesome.
All right, darling, it's ready.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready.
What are we talking about? Sorry? Oh, the music or what?
The Haps tutorial thing, but we can.
Where do you want to put it? Oh, on
I've already
here.
put it in the video. Yeah.
Yeah, true. I make savory pies, I make sweet pies. I made a pie just Saturday there, just actually. So yeah, Saturday it was. Wait a minute. A zero? Well, I have to be honest, I cheated Saturday when I was making pie. Because I bought an already made crust. Already not ready to use.
So shall I play it then?
Yeah, you can play it.
All right, there's two versions of this. There's an English. It's uploaded. It's uploaded.
Okay.
There's two videos. There's one that's in English and one in Danish.
That's how we roll.
It's a good collaboration between me and Anne. Thank you, darling, for your.
You're welcome. I'm just
help.
going to answer. welcome. Oh, you're welcome. I'm just going to answer Charles. Yes, I have made my own crust before, Charles. So, I mean, it would be a challenge, but not a difficult one for me. That sounds like I'm bragging, but I'm not. I don't usually do that, but sometimes when it fits, I have to say it. That's just how it is. I mean, where credit is due, right? Right. Okay. The salmon is almost cooked. So I'm just going to add the spinach a little at a time. And let it cook in with it. Well, someone's going to do it sometimes, right, Charles? Am I talking too much, Sweeties? Do you want to do something? Just tell me to be quiet a minute or something.
No, it's your broadcast, darling. We're rolling with you. I just thought we'll show what we made.
Yeah, you can do that. All right. I'm just cooking the pasta and put the spinach in, and then it should be done for.
Okay, so first of all, I'll play the Danish version of the tutorial. Darling, if I need to fine tune or edit something, just let me know, and then after the broadcast, I'll fix that and tweak that. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Katie.
Dette er en hurtig guide til at gå live på Apps for Android. På hovedsiden på Apps vil du se et ikon med kamera. Klik på det. Det næste du vil se er Kreer ny broadcast i blå. Klik på den. Du har nu mulighed for at multicaste alle dine sociale platforme. Du kan også skrive en titel for din broadcast eller tilføje et hashtag. Derefter så trykker du på næste skridt. Her kan du vælge, om din broadcast skal være i portræt eller landskab. Og så trykker du på næste skridt. Så i pre-live, før du starter din selve live udsendelse. Du kan nu se et blåt felt, der siger tilføj gæst. Her kan du invitere dine gæster til at være med i din udsendelse. Show live-knappen viser det, som seerne ser. Det andet ikon vælger du, hvilken vej kameraet skal vende. Du bemærker, at du her kan zoome ind og ud, som du har lyst til. Du skal bare flytte slideren op eller ned. Nederst i højre hjørne af mikrofonen. Her kan du vælge at slå lyd til eller fra. Tak fordi du kiggede med og nyd din live udsendelse på Habs.
There you have it.
No, sorry, I was just laughing at. Hey, Fraser. Laughing at Charles' comments. You think? I mean, you can read it in two different ways. I think that's why he's saying read it again. Thank
Hey,
you,
Fraser.
I do try my best to look delicious. That was funny.
Was the Danish bit all right? Yeah.
Well, I don't think anyone apart from me understood it.
And was it in the right segments of the video? Like, was it
I
assigned?
think so. I'll have to listen to it again. Because
Okay.
when she was
Let me show you
talking
the.
at the same time.
I'll show them the English version so they don't get
Yeah.
bewildered thinking what the
Alright.
heck what's been said.
Yeah, I got it.
Thank you again.
This is a quick guide on how to go live on Habs for Android. On the main screen on Habs, you will see a camera icon. Press it. Next, you will be presented with Create New Broadcast in blue. Press this button. You will now be able to multicast to all your social platforms. Also, type in a title for your broadcast, add a trending hashtag, then press Next Step. Choose if you want your broadcast to be in portrait or landscape, then press Next Step. Here you will be in the pre-live before you go live. You will see a button in the top left corner, Add Guest, where you can invite guests to join your broadcast. Show Live shows you what the viewers see. The other icon is to flip the camera view. Note that you can also zoom once you flip the camera lens view. To zoom in, just drag the slider up and down. The icon at the bottom right corner is mic, where you can choose to mute or unmute your mic. Thank you for watching and enjoy your broadcasting on Habs.
Thank you, darling.
You're welcome. Alright, before you say anything, I'm just going to say to my viewers, or the viewers, I have added the rest of the spinach to the salmon, and I put in roughly about 400 milliliters of cream. I'm using low-fat cream. Now I'm just going to let it boil up a little bit. I've added a little bit of nutmeg. I'm going to add a little, well, it says lemon juice in the recipe, but I don't have lemon juice, I'm using lime. But it says could have been lemon. And then you just mix it all together. Add some salt and pepper.
So, darling, what do you think?
It's good.
Thank you.
Are you talking about the video, Bill? That was great. Katie, the comment you made, you put Anne Ross looks delicious or something. I know you were talking about the food, but the way you put it, it could also be me you were talking about, and I know it wasn't. Cooking beets with Anne Swift. Yes, I'm cooking beets with Swift. He's not beating so much though at the moment.
I'm ready. I'm just waiting on you.
Well, you can play. All I have to do now is taste it and then add the pasta, and then my dinner is ready.
Okay, I'm playing the music. This is a tune by Rick and myself. We done a collaboration in my broadcast. Check it out.
Rick Bosard.
Rick Brozart.
Swift Beats.
Thank you. That was really
Thank
good.
you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So are we ready to...
We're just about ready to eat, to be honest.
Okay.
I'm just going to turn it down. Or put it off. Honestly, Katie, don't be sorry. It was so funny though. Yeah. Right, so guys and boys and girls, gents and ladies, tonight's dinner is complete. Well, it will be as soon as I dish it out and add some Parmesan cheese to it. So what I have left to say really is thank you so much for staying with me all this time. I've been baking cookies with Aiden, and the cookies are really, really nice. Do try them. If you go back into about maybe an hour, you'll get the recipe. I don't have a dog, so that's why I didn't mention it. I think the dogs prefer to eat rather than watch. Don't you think? So, and I'm just going to add a little bit of Parmesan cheese on top of it. You can't see anything. Move it in.
It looks really delicious, babe.
Thank you. I mean, I'm not keen on fish or salmon or anything, but this I can eat. And they do say you need to eat a little bit of fish each week. So this is my way of eating fish. Just cover it in Parmesan cheese and then you can't taste the fish, the salmon. There we have it. Which salmon in a creamy sauce with spinach and some pasta.
Should I put the video on, darling?
I was just gonna say thank you very much everyone for tuning in and watching me cook and bake today. Do you appreciate it? And thank you for the award, and just thank you everyone for being here. And I will subscribe back to the ones that subscribe to me during the broadcast. Don't worry, I'll have a look after I had my dinner. So for now, I'm just gonna say ciao and see you next time.
Bye bye, everyone.